Welcome back to 9446 Network for another diecast review. And today, we are going to have a fresh one from the package. This one here is Bubba Wallace's 2311 diecast. And this one is going to be on the Root Insurance throwback to Windell Scott Toyota Camry. And my goodness, man, Bubba Wallace diecasts are always interesting ones to get. And this one right here is no different. It's a throwback to Windell Scott. Not the best throwback to him, because he had a truck a couple of years ago that was a lot better than this one, in my personal honest opinion. But other than that, the Cup car, it's alright. I really do wish it was more accurate to the car that was actually Windell Scott, but nonetheless, it is going to be a diecast review of the tribute that he was able to, he and his team were able to roll out at Darlington. As we're going to try to get this thing out of the box, because these boxes want to tear so much. No matter how I open these things, they always get just devastated. If I can even get it out of the box, which would be awesome. Can I please get this out? Alright, got it. Finally. And I noticed that these boxes are getting harder and harder to open as the diecast reviews go on. But other than that, we got it out of the box, and this right here is the diecast itself. And we got a really interesting, like, light blue. Very interesting. Definitely not a petty type of blue, but it's definitely some kind of blue we got on here. It is a much brighter color palette, I guess you can call it. So already over to the front, we already have a paint chip next to the headlight. That is absolutely just great. Start a review with a paint chip on the frickin' headlight. Goodness gracious, man. 2311 right there. The Camry, Root Insurance, Bubba Wallace with the Toyota logos, Sunoco, Goodyear, and of course got some paint chipping off of my fingers. Got the throwback wheels of the Goodyear. You got a paint chip on the NASCAR International logo right there. The Windell Scott car, Mechanic Me. That's pretty cool to have on there. You got the Bubba Wallace, or the Bubba Wallace name up there, which is in a retro font. Very, very cool. And you're going to have it up there again once we get to it. NASCAR Salutes, and you got a 23 with a couple of paint chips on it. Looks like a rat chewed on that number 3 right there. You got McDonald's Racing Team. You have Dr. Pepper, the old logo for that. You got Root Insurance right there. Let's see, Toyota Mobile One Mac Tools 2311, which, by the way, also has a paint chip next to it. I got my shot. Novant Health right there. Yeah, definitely Lionel's definitely got a couple shots of paint chips on this car. I can promise you that. You got Root Insurance right there. And is that a piece of hair? Oh, we got it out. Thank God. Progress started here. DoorDash. Wow, DoorDash came up with a retro logo for this. That's pretty interesting. You got Camry. And what are these weird black marks underneath this? This thing looks like it's already been to the racetrack already. I haven't even used this car yet. Wow, so there you go, folks. You're seeing it fresh out of the package. You got Toyota 23. Is it me or that taillight is chewed up? Gracious, man. Toyota Camry XSE. Progress started here. Joinroot.com. Toyota with the red box. Columbia Sportswear. Oh, even this had a retro throwback. Man, this is actually pretty interesting. More of a company throwback than anything. You got Progress started here. Bubba Wallace's name. Progress started here. Well, I can definitely tell you the quality control didn't make that much progress with this one. I can bet you. I can promise you that one right there. Got Bubba Wallace's name again, because it's kind of like a retro paint scheme, number 23. And of course, the base paint was, of course, that light blue that we established at the very beginning. This diecast, this camera is not doing this blue justice. This is some kind of different type of light blue. It's kind of also has like a dull, it's like a bright and a dull shade to it. It's pretty interesting what they got going on with it. I've seen this blue used before. It's almost like a uniform. Like, you know, something like a mechanic wears a uniform, or someone that works, any type of work field, sometimes has like these blue type colors, you know, like blue collar type stuff. That's kind of what this blue kind of reminds me of. And honestly, it does look interesting on the Toyota Camry mold. For the numbers, you got the orange with the white outline, or the white number fill-in, and it's also got some other dark outline that I'm not even sure if it's supposed to have or not, because sometimes Lionel's decal system they use kind of makes wacky mistakes with the outlining, but I'm pretty sure that is the way it is. I'm not sure, because like I said, every once in a while you get those type of weird outlines that aren't supposed to be there, but you have that going on with the 23, a little brownish looking outline as I was talking about earlier. with the white number fill-in. It's going to be like that on every 23 on this car. Saves me time there. And of course, you have barely a paint scheme going on. Let's just be honest. Instead of actually doing the proper car, like the truck series throwback was like so much better than this. I mean, to this paint scheme. This one here is just, it almost feels like a fictional paint scheme. I mean, this kind of looks more like a throwback to like the companies more so than the car itself. If you guys do want to know what my most favorite Bubba Wallace throwback is, definitely my favorite of all time was the Mark Martin throwback when he was driving the number 6. Very, very cool diecast. I hope, who knows, maybe that'll be in the next classic review. I'd love to do that one on here for Bubba Wallace. Definitely my favorite Bubba Wallace diecast ever for that Mark Martin one. But this one here, you know, it's a pretty nice looking car for what it is. But would I label this as a throwback? Probably not. This is more like, just like a tribute, like, to the name Windell Scott more than the car. You can very much tell it's just plain car with the number on it. And I'm not sure what's going on with this, but they do have that weird outline that Truex car had to that grille, which I don't know why that has to be there. But other than that, it does look pretty interesting, though, to say the least. Kind of cool, but at the same time, does that really need to be there? Like that black outline to it. Like, where were they? What was going through their head when they were designing this throwback? I mean, that car certainly didn't have that going on with it. I can promise you that when I saw that car in photos, this is not how it looked at all. This is like its own, like, they were in their own little world when they were designing this car. I can tell you that for sure. I'm not telling you that this thing is terrible. But for what it is, all I see this car as is it's just a tribute to the Windell Scott name. Just to cash in on that, but it's definitely not the throwback to the exact paint scheme. Very much not. But for the letters, really the only last thing I could do for this review is look at the colors of the primary sponge. You got root on there, the white outline to it, and the orange letter fill-in. That's really the last thing I want to point out. There's really not that much going on with this car, honestly. You have the throwback wheels. Did that truck also have the chrome wheels? Okay, this car doesn't have the chrome wheels either. Oh, man, dude. I know this kind of sounds like a rough review. But for what it is, like I said, just a tribute car. This car really should not have been marketed as a throwback, because it was not a throwback at all. This car was just a tribute car to have Windell Scott's name, as I give you guys a 360 view. But it was definitely not a throwback. But it ran the throwback race, so thus it counts as a throwback. Would I recommend this car? Yes, if you want to have some type of Windell Scott tribute thing in your collection. I got this one because I'm trying to collect the Bubba Wallace diecasts, as I've mentioned before in previous videos, so I had to get this one. Other than that, as a throwback, I mean, compared to the other throwbacks that are going to be on the channel pretty soon, like this beautiful one right here for Chase Briscoe, or this awesome Denny Hamlin one, or even the Ryan Blaney. I mean, those throwbacks were really throwbacks to cars. This here is just a tribute with the color, like I said. But you do what you want with your money. You want to pick this car up, or you don't want to pick this car up. That's really all I could say about it. And of course, the chassis, part of the 360 view. And my God, is that paint right there stripping off? I know this is underneath the car, but my God, if you're gonna charge $8 frickin' bucks, what is that? I mean, really, what is that underneath the car? I mean, my goodness. Other than that, folks, a pretty interesting diecast review. What do you guys think of it? Do you think it's a better throwback than what I think it is? You guys tell me that in the comment section. I could definitely be wrong about it. Who knows? But the nice retro fonts for the letters, the name on the roof, that's pretty cool. I do like that about it. I do like that very much. You got the name retro. I do like that part of it as kind of a throwback, but it once again, it's just a tribute to me. So there it is. That is just the Bubba Wallace throwback diecast review. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Comment, like, subscribe for more diecast reviews on the 9446 channel. And we will see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecast. Like right here, there, and over here.